Yo, what's really good, everybody? It's your boy Argenis, a.k.a. Geniside. I'm here with Big MAKCAPONE, Street Geeks in the building. Listen, today's episode is another special guest episode. We had our brother, you know what I'm saying, locked in for a long time. This was overdue.
A long time coming.
You know what I'm saying? This is somebody, you know, that we definitely, man, we've done a lot of beautiful things with in the community. And also just the fact that this man is holding it down with sports and Pokemon cards. Figueroa Collectibles, that's our special guest today, my brother Jonathan Figueroa. What's good, my brother?
What's the word, man?
How's it going, fellas? How's it going, fellas?
You know what I'm saying? Just hanging in there, the usual, you know what I'm saying? Another day in the life of Street Geeks, you feel me? Yeah, man, we're here today because we want to highlight you today, man. You know, it's just a community that we're all building. You know, it's just beautiful to see how we all connect with each other. And the fact that, you know, not only local businesses, but it's the fact of, you know, with the TCG and the collectibles, the Street Geeks theme alone, we're all geeks inside. We all have things that we have passions for. And it's just the fact that we're able to highlight it with you today as far as what you're into, man. It's just a special moment, you know what I'm saying? Which I appreciate you for your time, for real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
You know what I'm saying? So, Fig, man, let everybody know a little bit about yourself first, man, to kind of set it all off. How'd you even end up in
this world?
Yeah, in this world, man, the sports, collectibles, and even Pokemon.
Well, I started about Gio. This is Geovanni.
Gio, what's up? Big G.
This is my oldest son, Geovanni. And when I was his age, I pulled the first edition Charizard. And I sold it for $100. It was wild. And now it's worth 6 figures.
Wow.
I think the peak was $420,000 as a PSA 10.
Wait, ain't that the one? Which is the one that what is it? Logan Paul?
Yeah, Logan Paul.
The Logan Paul card, huh?
I didn't know then I was his age, and who would have known Pokemon? Next year will be 30 years anniversary, so I'm getting young.
We're reversing.
But yeah, so that was when I first started getting into it, and then collecting some cards, going to the local shop with my dad and my mom, checking it out, and trading with kids in the neighborhood. Stopped in middle school, you know, and then right before we had him, I went to my mom's attic, found some of my Pokemon cards, some of my Ninja Turtles, sports cards, and
shout out Ninja Turtles. I grew up on them.
Yeah, got a bunch of Ninja Turtles. That's my main collection.
Turtle power.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? If you
Raphael.
Oh man, okay.
Why is that though? Why Raphael?
I like Raphael. I don't know. I guess I can relate to him.
Okay.
Not as much now as before. Is short-tempered, but he's like short-tempered. And
you see red.
Yeah, I see red. And red's my favorite color. But Gio, why is Raphael your favorite color? What? I mean, why is Raphael your favorite turtle? That's fine.
I like the fact that they have the mask and it's red, and red is also my favorite color.
Right on.
Okay.
Right on.
All right.
Also, the fact that they all fight, and then I just like the fact that Raphael has that one weapon.
The size.
Yeah, the scythes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. You see, I'm actually, you're wearing my favorite turtle's color right now. I'm a Donatello fan. You know what I'm saying? I grew up. I don't know. It's the. You know, it's funny how you say you relate, you know, because it may be the short temper me, Donatello, because I'm always on a computer.
Yeah.
I'm always on, you know, working with some gadgets or something like that. Yeah. So it's just I relate to the IQ of Donatello, you know?
Hey, there you go. Nice.
You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, Matt? You look like you wearing the red. You look like a Raphael type guy, too.
I was about to say, Raphael is one of my go-to, man. Raphael and Donatello, those are definitely the two.
Nice. Right on. Now, honorable mentions, obviously, they don't. It seems like everybody don't pick these two, but Leonardo, just because he's the leader, nobody really gives a shit.
Michelangelo.
No, Michelangelo's actually the fan favorite, believe it or not.
He is, and especially if you do follow as far as the turtle storylines and stuff, man, this is the guy who really has the big turnaround in his life. You know, if you follow the Ronin story, you'll know a little bit more.
Wait for that. Oh,
you'll know a little bit more of how Michelangelo and life itself kind of turned him into what he was. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get back to it. You know what I'm saying? So you started. You know, it's crazy. You mentioned you sold your Charizard, $100, right? Yeah. I imagine back in the days, because that's how it felt for me. I never got the Charizard back in the days. I do remember getting the Blastoise. That I did get. But it's just the fact that back in the days, you sold it for $100. It was just like, oh, shit, I mean, $100.
That was a lot of money back then.
Especially back then. $100 stretched a long way.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I don't know what because like not just, what do you call it, inflation. Not just like inflation, but what $100 could buy you back then. Gas was $1 a gallon. $20 to
facts.
fill a tank. That's 5 tanks.
Bro, if you did groceries, you know how much you could get back in the days.
Yeah.
100. Bro, you're packed. I get all my favorite snacks.
Everything.
But so yeah, that's how I got into it. Was right around then I got into football cards. Odell Beckham rookie year, 2014. So I tried to chase some of his rookies. Like I said, I went to the attic, found my stuff, and long story short, went to OfferUp and I saw the giant. I don't know if you remember the 1989 Giant Turtles.
Yeah.
I saw that, and the Warrior Bebop was one I had as a kid. I couldn't find. That's one I had. Rocksteady, excuse me. I know it's a rare figure, but long story short, I saw that in this lot, and she had it for like $20. Damn. I was like, I'll take it. I kept this up for my PC, and I sold the other stuff for a couple $100. Like the extras was like, yo, this is fun. The hunt, buying, selling, and then from there, long story short, I started opening packs for people doing group breaks and sports cards, and then him and I started open Pokemon packs. And basically, from doing it like part-time and side gig, it turned to full-time. And then last June, we opened up the shop here in Ocala, Florida.
Yes, sir. Listen,
So
real
if you
quick.
could go back to my fault.
Oh,
for
no, go ahead,
interrupting.
yeah.
If you could go back to the time when you opened up his first pack, what was it? What was the pack at the time? You remember?
I don't remember. The one I do remember, I don't remember the first one. I remember Battle Styles came out, and we pulled the Geovanni, the rainbow one. When he was at school, I opened it. I couldn't wait. I'm not going to lie. But I remember we opened Crown Zenith together, and he pulled the Mewtwo. I think it was the Arceus or the Dialga. Same ETB, graded them both, and he got 10s.
Right on. So
Do you remember the
from what
first
I'm
pack,
hearing,
or your favorite pack? Do you remember opening this first set? Maybe you know better.
I can't remember it, but I remember it was one of the Sword and Shield.
it was one of the Sword and Shields.
Okay.
So from what I'm hearing right now, you know, if I was to ask you what drew you back into it, seems like Big Geo with the passion got you back into that nostalgia feeling and opening packs again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to you, Gio. You know what I'm saying? You
Big
got him
shout
back
out to
in.
Gio.
Big shout out to Gio. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, as you can see, right even behind our wall and where we're located right now, we are here at Figueroa Collectibles, right on 200.
The one and only.
Yes, make sure y'all pull up and show support, man. Listen,
Right
he
off
has
200.
everything you can think of.
Ocala.
You know what I'm saying?
Florida.
So if you're missing anything, if you're missing any PCs that you're looking for, definitely stop by here and check Fig because, you know, let's
Anything
put it like
you're looking
this.
for, it's here.
Yeah, it's here.
Anything from the new Japanese Team Rocket to the Paldean Fates to 151, you want to
Yeah,
go back
just
to...
look behind us.
Anything you need is here. You don't like that? Cool. We got Teenage Mutant Turtles for the mutant nerdles out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Myrtles,
So
whatever I
yeah,
said.
whatever. He's yo, different language. You know what I'm saying? But listen, you know, it's just beautiful to see that again. You know, you correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, when you came and opened up the store, you were more at the moment on the sports collectibles, right? Or did you already have intentions of, or like you had in mind both?
Well, when we opened the store, it's still kind of the really similar setup as it is now, where we have, I guess, like we have one side is TCG or non-sports, and the other side is the sports side.
Sports side.
I would say that TCG wasn't as like hot and popular, like it wasn't like selling on the shelves like it is now.
Yeah.
But we were still moving packs in the Pokemon world. And then sports, I don't have to go back and look at the reports, but I'd say it's really similar to what it is now. Like if you look at volume, Pokemon always does more volume. Perfect example, Optic Football came out yesterday. A case of that has 12 boxes. It's $10,500. A case of even Battle Part Journey Together, most recent set. Let's say 200 for quick math. $200 a box. That's $1,200. So for the same price, you can literally get 10 cases of Pokemon. Booster boxes. So 60 booster boxes versus 12 football hobby boxes. So that's why we've seen of people, another mix of people switching from sports cards to Pokemon and ripping with their kids too, because their money can stretch them so much further.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, you know, it's dope that you say that because, you know, me, I know all the markets are somewhat similar in the ways of, you know, it's all realistically product, you know what I'm saying, and stuff that people look for. You know, I've seen similarities even in the comic book world, but even then, you know, you pointing that out, you know, people, let's say, going from sports to Pokemon just because of, I guess, the spending and what you get out of it, you get a lot more, like you said, you know, compared to those price differences. The same thing with the comics, you know, it's one of those things that is like when you look at Pokemon, man, there is a bigger market for it. Why? Because, dude, like, we had this conversation before, even just little events and stuff like that, you know, you see how big the community is alone. You know, and the fact that I'm not saying sports cards or anything else don't have that type of community, but the impact that Pokemon is doing right now, it seems like people from all different directions that were collecting
Pokemon
different
is
other
shutting
things.
everything down.
Oh yeah, it's like they're shutting everything down. Cause me as a collector of comic books, like bro, what about comic books? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've been strictly Pokemon, but then again, I have so many people that have been in that same boat, man. They had a passion for one thing, and then all of a sudden now Pokemon is hot. So now everybody's either taking their personal PCs of other things and flipping them in order to attain Pokemon products now, or just PCs or whatever. But it's just a fact of how big the market got. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I just seen a picture this morning. First this morning, right when I woke up, didn't even get the crust out my eyes. It was pretty much in one of the Central Florida groups, Walmart, that now there was a sign, I don't remember word for word, but it was pretty much saying that we're no longer going to be stocking the shelves of Pokemon. If you want to get a product, you're going to have to go to customer service or ask for management, and then we'll figure out what we have and we'll come back to you.
And they're doing like a two per person now, too. They're, no matter what, they're making
Some of them
sure
are
that,
doing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like nothing too new. So right around, shortly before that, Gio's what? How old are you, Gio?
9.
So in 2020, which would be how many years ago, do you remember? 5 years ago, peak pandemic. I mean, it was the same thing. I don't know if you guys remember, everything was flying, all sports, all Pokemon, flying off the shelves because there was an opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
People were getting their stimulus checks, finding ways to basically use side gigs and make more money.
Sure.
You know, and it was possible. So, I mean, he's been streaming and sorting since 2020. Do you remember, Gio, like sorting cards? How would you sort the Pokemon? Do you remember?
We would put it in sets.
Yeah, and
He would have a little paper that said what set, which like the title of it. The logo
So
and
Gio, I got a question for you then. I imagine that was like, it was a lot of work, right? Sorting, going one by one, sorting each. You know why? You know why I can relate? Because I did that recently. You know what I'm saying? Our bulk, we had an immense amount of bulk sitting at a desk. And me, my OCD, ADHD, ABCs and 1, 2, 3s that be kicking in. You know, so it's just a fact of sorting. Or, you know, when you have thousands of cards laid out on a desk and you're looking at each, you got to look at the corners for the series, you know, and just sorting all that, man. I can only imagine how much fun that was. You know what I'm saying? You know, with that being said, since we're talking about the market and we're getting into that, you know, how do you feel like? Okay, so let me ask this different. What have been, let's say, recently? Since now Pokemon's really cranked, and obviously you're still in the sports card world, what has been your biggest challenge when it comes to? Let's stick with Pokemon for right now. What would you say has been your biggest challenge right now when it comes to the Pokemon community, products, you know, having the new releases? Like where have you found having issues at? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it let's say attaining product? Is it, you know, having big chases for clients? Is it, you know, even going to conventions and it's hard to acquire pieces? Like, what has been your biggest challenge since you've been in Pokemon in general?
Again, it's like a cycle. So I'd say back in 2022 as well, like during that time, it's just acquiring the product. So our distributors, we just got the Eevee pouch in yesterday. We got one pouch.
Just one.
That's crazy.
One pouch. Not a case. We got one unit to feed all of Ocala. But when Shrouded Fable came out, they weren't shy to give us 10 cases of ETBs. Say, please, take more. But with Prismatic and, which that is, that Eevee pouch, hey, here's one box.
Which is wild.
Serve the whole community.
Which is wild.
That's crazy.
One box.
And then the second part is that if they have a restock, which we could do, is they're charging I would say we operate maybe for lucky, you know, slightly under market price. You know, $130+ for an ETB of Prismatic. So, but we know you got to pay up to play it. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
So when it's the slow times, we can go back to getting 10, 20, 30 cases and have it on the shelves. I mean, you know, it's just getting the product, and then just there's so many new people, and then just being able to source enough packs and putting it fair, you know, at market price.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, something you said, too, there's so many new people. It's crazy to think that, you know, I am one of those new people. I'll tell you that. Because even back in the days, man, when I first linked up with you, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't even into Pokemon. You know, I was looking at Marvel cards, you know. Yeah. But the fact that it's crazy to think that there's so many new collectors right now and so many new people joining Pokemon when the prices are at its highest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's wild to think that, you know, because it's like, man, again, before the pandemic, it was easily accessible. You were able to go to Walmart and get it, or Target, at the regular prices. Then all of a sudden, because the pandemic kept everybody cooped up in the crib, which we talked about this before, it gave the people opportunity to go through their old collections, maybe go in their attic or their basement or wherever they have their stuff stored. All of a sudden, that nostalgia, and then you're looking at these cards and you're like, man, you know, I haven't seen my cards in ages. You know, let me see what one of these suckers go for. And then next thing you know, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to think that, again, I am one of them, so I'm considering myself part of that group, but it's just the fact that, man, Pokemon has gotten so expensive for collectors. Mm-hmm. For collectors.
Is it, though?
You know,
it depends who you run by, who you go by.
So, like, let's look at, like, the grand scheme of things. So, like, in any other collectible or date, like, how much is a Happy Meal at McDonald's?
Almost $10.
They're going up.
So, like, packs were, like, maybe there were $4 instead of $5. But when, like I said, when I started on Gio's age, it was $4, $5 for a pack of cards.
$3.99.
Yeah, Pokemon. I was
Is
$3-4.
Pokemon gonna say like Arizona Iced Tea the only person to true the 99 cents?
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying hey the pack should be $50 or anything, but if the market really determines the price, so if it's $10 a pack, what are you chasing? Like, when it was a $5 pack, the best thing you're getting was $50. It's a lottery ticket. Mm-hmm. But now that it's $10, yeah, the hits might go up to $500, like the Pikachu or like Gio.
Yeah,
like
again, it brings up the value.
Which we gotta do later on, but on release day for like Rocket. But I don't know, my kids have crazy luck. Gio pulled the Umbreon, he pulled the Mewtwo back in Crown. My other son, Marcos, pulled the Pikachu. But they're $500 cards, $1,000 cards. The Mewtwo right now in Rocket's $450, I think, or $500.
Yeah. It's close to $5.
So that's why the Japanese packs are $7-10 now. Instead of $3 to $5 because
it won't stay like that forever though.
No, yeah, exactly. Everything has a cycle. A lot of people join in right now because you can make money, but it's not normal in any space or market to buy something today for $5 to sell it tomorrow for 10 or 8 or 7. That's just it's not normal or sustainable. So it's like you just gotta stick with the water because that's where the money's flowing. Like you said, people are getting. If you do comic books, how much is a comic book? And then to get it signed, or if you collect sneakers. A lot of sneakers, just like in 2020, people are switching over now from collecting sneakers that are $200-$300 a drop. They're tired of the bots getting them all now.
Yeah.
I know
so
a
now
lot
with
of
$200, you
like
can buy a
now.
booster box, and people are. It's fun. It's tripping cards. It's like Pokemon's so cool because it's not that old. It is and isn't. It's 30 years next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, time flies.
So
you know,
like,
that 30 years
it's
next
like
year.
all the people from our generation are like, heck yeah, I remember being a kid and opening this stuff. And most of kids now, so we can go down memory lane. And unlike sports, Charizard's not gonna, choke a girl out or break his ankle or,
Yeah,
pull
it's
a gun
almost
out in the
like
locker
you don't
room.
run a risk of injury to lower its value.
But so it'll have its ups and downs. But long story short, it's just different.
Right on. So with that being said, you personally, being a business owner, being in the TCG world, in the sports world, do you feel the market has been a beneficial thing for you with the state that it's in? Or do you feel like, again, it can sway better your way or worse depending on how things go? Do you feel like the current state right now has been beneficial for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just driving more new people into the space. For sure.
Right on.
What do you think, Gio? I think more now, too, though. So, like I said, Gio 2020, we're streaming, right? Remember that, Gio? So we would do group breaks in Pokemon, and Gio would sort out. So we'd open boxes of cards. Actually, that champion path right there. Mm-hmm. And we were getting like $20 a pack.
Yeah, I wouldn't have boxes being ripped. Yep.
And so, basically, let's say you pull a fire type. You get all the fire cards. Someone else would get all the water cards. And we just open it. So Gio would sort by the set. And also, if we did a break, they'd sort them by energy type. Mm-hmm. But so now we can turn on the stream. Gio's turned on the stream a couple times We gotta get more consistent with it. So it helps all new people can now also shop remotely like in 2020, but even more now. Right, Gio? What kind of cards have you pulled for people on the stream? Remember?
The Giratina and
I was about to say, I was there for that stream.
I forgot which set it was in.
Crown, I think.
Crown. I'm pretty sure it was Crown. I've also pulled the Pikachu. I'm pretty sure.
Was that you or Marcos?
See, the Marcos are me.
I think Marcos pulled the
I also
Pikachu.
pulled a lot of the X's.
Listen, you must have some magic hands because I can know. Listen.
Oh
by
no,
the way,
his
if
hands
you-
is hot. His hand, I will vouch for you, Gio. I got your back. The amount of times I've hopped in on their whatnot stream, and it's either him or Marcos. When I tell you these two kids got the hottest hands I have yet to see, no BS. Their hands is super hot.
Can we get the back door from that?
Facts. I'll tell you what. One thing about it is if you want to see the proof, go to Figueroa Collectibles right on IG. Listen, this guy is posting the proof of these pulls, man. Like, I'll be like,
No bullshit.
dude, just constant hitters coming out this place. So that should already tell you something. And these, man,
hits is
Geo's
daily
magic
hits.
hand, you know,
Daily hits.
Yeah, daily hits. So you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just oh, we got a special guest in the back. He said, nah. He's just closing the door. But we do have a special guest back there. We'll leave him. That's the mystery
Robin's
person.
staying inside the bat
You
cave
might have
today.
been
He
tagged on
says.
Facebook, but
But,
he is here.
Yeah. So man, that's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To me, again, if we talk about the market, to me, I joined in late. Everything is expensive for me, but again, when you're a collector, it's almost like you're willing to pay anything. When you want to attain something, you're gonna pay it, man. You know, there's no. It sucks because then it's like you
I
look
just
at
hate
your,
hearing it because then it makes me want to do it even more. It's like,
you know
damn,
what?
he's got
That's
a
the
point.
case
You know,
here.
I'm
Open one of
collecting. Let me
these
go
right
do
now.
it.
Pay for do it right now. Cure your
Yeah,
itch.
could
You
you
know
hit
what
the
I'm
sword?
saying?
Let you go grab. Can you
There you
grab?
go.
So
4 packs of rock. Give everyone a pack of Team Rocket.
you know, this question, this next question, honestly, I would like to get an answer from both.
Not you sure you don't want to try? Can you give them one? Speaking of packs, we'll try it right now off the hip.
Oh,
We're gonna show you guys.
Oh,
We
well-
did you have back one too?
Oh,
Matt,
okay,
you sure you don't want
okay.
to join?
Thank you, brother.
Doing a pack battle.
oh.
So one thing we're gonna do in the shop is this Saturday we have a trade night. Not to throw you off, but you said about pack and ripping it. So
Yeah, go ahead and mention
we'll
your
scratch
trade night.
the itch right now. So on trade nights, what we do is called basically everyone bring their binders, trade, learn how to play the game. We've actually been having some tournaments too, with pizza, drinks. But every trade night we do a free pack battle. So everybody gets 1 pack of cards. You have to be in bounds to play, which you might have to get bigger grass now. We have like 30 plus people now playing at least. But whoever pulls the best card keeps everybody's cards.
Fire.
So it's called a pack battle. So we can try that right now.
All right. Well, I guess in the middle of let's get this battle going
So
real
this
quick.
is the new Team Rocket.
Little intermission.
Giovanni's first pack. Let's see if we can pull the Giovanni
with
Mewtwo.
Giovanni's pack.
Let's see if his hands are really that hot today.
All right, well, let's see who wins this pack battle real quick. As y'all witnessing right now, live on Street Geeks episode, we are doing a pack battle thanks to Figueroa Collectibles. Listen, he has trade nights here. Again, he's located right on 200 in Ocala. You know what I'm saying? Check out. Yeah, see what's up. Pull up.
Oh, I think Mac may have won that one.
Japanese is never on my side.
Hold on.
You know what?
Just English.
Japanese is on my side here and there, but nobody shows love to Japanese when I got it, you know?
Yo, why am I
Japanese
having?
is
I usually
definitely
open these
because
so
it's
fast.
affordable.
My
That's
hands are like
just
sweaty. I
affordability
can't even
now.
open it. My hands are
I'll
sweaty.
pass that to
You
him.
need to help me, ho.
I know.
You know
I definitely
what?
lost
They
that.
open it for me because my
We got
hands, I can't
scissors,
even.
too.
Scissors are usually easier. Hold on. Don't give him cards
We
yet.
know what's going on
Let
that
me
side.
make sure he
No, we
beats
know
me.
what's going to one of you two.
All right. Ready? Ah. All right.
So did Mac pull? You pull the gold bat?
So, Go Bat EX.
The
Listen,
gold one,
everybody,
that's
I
fine.
ain't get shit. Mac won the pack battle. Shout out to MAKCAPONE. Shout out to Fig, man. We just had
Yeah,
a
shout out
pack
to
battle
Fig,
here.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all pull up for trade nights. This happens during trade nights. Again, man, join the community. Come network. Come trade. Come buy. Come
Whatnot,
build
IG,
your,
Facebook,
all that.
Figueroa Collectibles.
Facts. So you know, since we
Don't
just had
miss out, man.
we just had a memorable moment. You know what I'm saying? This is what I call a memorable moment. You know what I'm saying? Which I appreciate you. With that being said, you know, I do have questions for both of you. I'll wait till Gio gets back. Obviously, I'll
Getting the
direct it.
postman real quick. Got
Yeah,
some-
you know, the postman came to drop off more product. You feel me?
Yeah, maybe we'll do a live unboxing.
Know what I mean? Look at that. Oh, he's struggling with the dough.
That door, I don't know what it is.
Listen, that's one thing. You know, we here at Figueroa Collectibles, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ever had problem with that door, then you feel us. There, look at Mac, man. Mac winning pack battles already.
See what I do, man.
And it's Japanese.
Mhm. Japanese.
You
know what I mean?
Yo, so Gio, since you're sitting there, what would be your most memorable moment? Your favorite moment since you've been collecting Pokemon? That one day or that one time, or your biggest pull
Something
that you're
you'll
always
never
gonna
forget.
remember? Yeah, never forget.
You'll never forget. It makes you happy just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It might have been the time when I opened up the Crown Zenith. The one thing I did not like about it, I kept getting this one sheep Pokemon. I can't remember its name. I still have like 5 of them inside of my binder. I gave 2 of them to my brother, 1 of them to my sister, and then two others I traded it.
Oh, right on.
See, I remember
right
you was streaming one day, and I don't remember what card. I don't know if it's the card you're talking about, but there was somebody in the comments saying, "Man, I've been looking for that card. Like I've been trying to hit that card." He was like, "I got like 4 or 5 I pulled already." He was like, "Oh, okay."
It's just crazy the luck, right? The luck.
The hit is there.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I had a moment like that with the Houndars, the full art. Dude, it was just like,
Yeah, no, you was pulling like crazy.
every time I would open a pack, it seemed like I would have just those constantly coming in. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, at one point, the trade value went to like almost like $20-25 on those Houndars. And then now it's like at 9, you know? And it's just like, man, I'm glad I dished some of those out while they were still up there on those prices. You know what I'm saying? Because, they went down dramatically. You know what I'm saying? What would be a memorable moment for you, bro? You know what I'm saying? With just in general, since you, let's say, started tapping into the Pokemon in general.
So Gio, what was that your favorite moment? Was pulling the bad cards you said?
No. Like when I opened up the Crown Zenith, but there's only one part I didn't like, and that was that.
Okay. No, I would say the same thing. Just watching their reaction.
Watching their reaction.
Yeah.
Pull the big hits, either in the shop, but the kids too, and really watching Gio's collection. So when he pulled the Mewtwo and the Palkia, I think it was. We sent him out to get grading back then when the product first came out. He got 10s, and his collection was maybe worth, like, this is, again, a little bit right after pandemic starting. I don't know, maybe $1,000-$2,000, and now I was looking at, close to $10,000.
That's beautiful.
17,
Looking close to some college funds. No,
Looking good
that's
to start
awesome.
paying rent soon. You know, it's about that time. You know?
Yeah, I'm surprised he ain't asked for a cut yet.
You might have to give your dad allowance at this point. I'm just saying. You know?
No, right on, man. That's a beautiful thing, being able to share that experience. That is one of the most important aspects of Pokemon that a lot of people are forgetting. Because, again, it's a market for it now. People are buying, people are collecting for PCs or to resell. But one thing about it is the element that I think that has kept it going for so long, the 30 years that it's about to hit and the other 30 years that it will hit, is the fact that those moments right there. I asked you about a memorable moment, seeing your child or seeing a kid or, that young spirit still having that love just for the fact of opening. It's not the value of the cards, it's the experience. Being able to see their reactions when they pull something big. Because, again, if it's an adult, man, we'll be like, oh, man, we can flip that. Or, them, they actually appreciate it. I have that story. I think I talked about it before. I got my neighbors, you know what I'm saying? The kids next door, what do we do? What do we do with bulk? Us as adults, what do we do with bulk, right? We tend to either give it away or we try to do something with it because we don't collect the bulk. Man, you give one of these kids a bulk card, man, the simplest card, and the appreciation.
Smile.
Bro, they'll sit down. We look at these cards and we'll be like, oh, man, it's not perfectly centered, it's not this, and I don't know, it's probably not going to be a 10. These kids are looking at it like, oh, man, look at that Pokemon, look at the color, look at it. They actually enjoy it for what it is.
Y'all see him bending the card,
You know what I'm saying? You see this? Yeah, listen, this is his card. That's why I'm bending it.
Bending my card.
Yeah, his pack battle card, I'm bending it. You know what I'm saying? I would bend this one, but then he'll be mad.
Oh, I lied. I got another favorite moment.
Oh, there you go. So
what
what is
what you
it?
got?
So when we met, there's 2, but I remember I didn't get the videographer, I guess his camera got messed up on one of them. We met both voice actors of Pikachu. We met
dope.
Ash, the second Ash, Veronica Taylor.
Yeah, the one from the newer one,
Wait,
right?
there's
The
2
newer
voice
one.
actors for Pikachu?
Yeah, there's one that started in
Academy.
2000, right? The newer one.
The newer one. We met Serenade Academy. It was kind of a crazy day, but long story short, we were at a show in New York. Shout out to Laz.
Shout
He's
out
got
Laz.
a store up in New Jersey and does a lot of New York, New Jersey show promotions. Long story short, he had her up before she even blew up, staring out of chatting me, at least at the shows.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to talk to her. We got to talk to Erica Schroeder, the voice of Eevee, some other voice actors, and we have the boys have the card thing at the house, and I think I have one in the safe. We got her to sign some stuff for us. That was the first year that Ash actually won the World Championships. It was 2022. But she also found out that they were ending Ash's career.
Yeah, because they have a new. It's a boy and a girl.
So
the new
like
trainers.
rough.
Yeah,
So
the boy and the girl
we knew it
trainer.
was her at the Starbucks, and so we're like, hey, what do you want? We got like a yogurt, and I think a drink. She told us, and we walked up to her. So she signed some stuff for us. We didn't make it like a big deal, like super fanboy. So that was cool meeting her. But the second one, we have a video of when we met Veronica Taylor, the original voice actor, and let's see if I can find it. Probably hard to show in the video, but we did meet her, and the kids were kind of confused. Like, wait, Ash is a boy?
I don't know. I
That guy's a shit like yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. Be careful.
You're seeing this on Street Geeks.
Oh, yeah, he was confused that I guess Ash was a girl in person, but I found it like. So.
Oh, that's dope.
I just wanted to say from myself and Ash Ketchum to Marcos, Juliana, Geovanni, Jonathan,
That's dope.
as you journey to become the greatest Pokemon masters in the world.
That's so fire.
Now sometime. I just hope we can be friends.
That's fire.
And already are, right? See you later.
So there you have it.
She
man.
sounds real genuine, but I don't know if like living with that and hearing that all day, like, hey, I can't.
You're gonna
do
end
that.
up throwing a Pokeball
Like,
at her
yo.
for real.
But
No,
That's
that's fire.
dope. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a cool moment.
She seems really genuine, really down to earth. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Word. So you know what? Let's get down now, since we've been having some fun. Let's get down to some more nittier, grittier questions. You know what I'm saying? As far as when it comes to like collections, inventory, how you feel about, you know, the issue with the market. The key word, because we hear it all the time, scalping. Right?
Scalping.
How do you feel?
What's your take on it?
Yeah. Like, how do you feel
Yay or
about
nay?
scalpers, or what the definition of scalping, or what people might think scalping is compared to what other people might think it is? And how do you feel like
Is it
everybody's
good for the
going
sport,
about?
or is
Yeah,
it
you know,
not?
like, and people addressing it, like the issue of the whole scalping. How do you feel about just that in general? You are a shop, you know, so I can only imagine, you know, it does happen, and it's not like an intentional thing, but you know, obviously you're a shop. You want to have product for people. I can only imagine there has been people who has probably been like, hey, just because you have all this, trying to make it accessible to people, to make it accessible, you get that? So that means you can come in here and find it, which is the beautiful thing of it.
How often you deal with scalpers?
Yeah,
coming
because
here,
you know they'll look at this and be like, "Oh, you're scalping, man." But no, to me, again, it just depends how you look
It don't
at it.
count when you're a storefront in my eyes.
Yeah,
You know
that's
I'm
what
saying?
I say.
This is how a business supposed to be run. You know, people
You
say
want
this
product?
is scalping because he's got all this product, but at the end of the day, if you didn't have it, where you gonna get it?
Yeah, where you gonna get it at? So how do you
He's
feel
a-
about the
he's
whole
a
scalping?
business.
Well, I don't.
Dun, dun, dun,
I guess
dun.
what? Like, there's a lot of questions.
Okay, so
Scalping.
again, how do you feel about
I
it?
guess tell me what you guys think it is. Like, and like, as a Geo could explain. I don't know. I guess you guys didn't too much.
Okay, so I'm not. I guess I wouldn't get into too much detail because to me it's pretty simple. You know, when I hear about scalpers or their label of scalping, obviously it's those people who don't have appreciation for it and want a quick buck, right? They're not thinking like a storefront to say or making it accessible to people. It's more like reaping the benefits. You know what I'm saying? Of like, oh man, if I can get bots to get this much, and that means I can tax and make sure that if you're really looking for it, I'm gonna rape them on these prices. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just hard to find. You know, compared to those that, again, when you're a storefront, I understand that because if you want products on the walls for people to, you gotta have the accessibility. You gotta have the product. I'm not gonna, you know, me as a storefront, if I was one, I'm not just gonna want two or
Two
three of
boxes,
these.
right.
It don't make no sense. Like, what type of store are you running if you don't have more than what the people need? Especially when there's such a demand for it. So that's how I look at it. The scalpers to me are those that at the end of the day just have different intentions.
Right.
In that sense.
I would say.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Yeah.
That's Matt. He said.
Oh yeah, he just walked through the camera.
That's the
Matt,
Polynesian belly dancer. Shout out to Matt over there.
Yeah, he said he wasn't gonna make a special guest appearance, but he had to cross the camera.
We got him. I would say that I don't know. I guess it's a market. I'm a capitalist. I like to figure out how am I going to make capital on this. Mm-hmm. And so it's a free market. Let people buy and sell as they please. Yeah, I would love to order it from my distributor and have it accessible. But you know what happened too? We were giving away ETBs for $30, $40, and people didn't. We were selling them at taking losses on it, and people didn't even want it as much. Like the desirability wasn't as high. So I don't know. I'm for it. And if you got stuff for sale, bring it in. We're always buying.
You hear that?
Say. It's like
Again,
I'm a capitalist, right? So it's like, no, I'm not going to pay full market price. Where's my capital in this?
Yeah, you need some that headroom to be able to wiggle room.
Like, I don't know. It is what it is. Because it's like, what's the alternative? No one's collecting. You have a couple people collecting or giving packs away at $3, $4, $5, $4, $3, and people still don't want it.
But it's fair on the business side. But then when you think of Pokemon, you're not thinking of grown men. You're thinking more, at least with me, from my days years ago to now, it's kids. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, scalping is good, market, this and that.
Well, I'm not saying
but then
it's good,
what about taking it away from the kids?
I don't think
if it becomes down to where everybody's taking it off the shelves, but then, if Gio wants to go, obviously, if you were in the position, but he can't go grab a ETB at Best Buy or Walmart, he's got to pay that extra $200 for a $40 box. Not saying with you, but in general. You know what I'm saying? Because now everybody's focused on making a quick buck. It's taking away it's fun for the kids.
Yeah, I just think that, Gio can correct if I'm wrong. Does it matter what set you have, or you just want to open Pokemon packs? Mm-hmm. What?
What?
You just, what? Which one?
The one I just want to open it.
Yeah.
You just want to open
it's
packs.
Like, there's packs available. It doesn't have to be the ETB or the booster box. And I guess, I don't know, maybe I have a different perspective because we have the shop. We give packs away for free.
Yeah.
We have packs available. But, I think everywhere has packs. If you want to hunt around everywhere, Dollar General, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Worst Buy, the local porta potty. Everyone's got Pokemon
everybody
now.
seems like they got it, man.
Yeah, just like with the sports cards, you can find it almost anywhere, but is it lasting on the shelves? No, it's like 2020. People are finding a quick buck. But if the kids want the packs, like, they can be found. Like, maybe I'll just shoot straight. It's like, then go check the local card shop.
Yeah,
Most
but
people
they
have a
could be
local card
found,
shop,
but
or can find someone. You can find your local card shop on a whatnot. So if you want something that's not a scalpy price, or you need to pay $5 a pack, but you'll pay $50 for a controller, $60 for the new game, or $10 for a Happy Meal, it's not crazy to pay $7-10 for a pack of cards.
I agree, but at the end of the day, you could go to this store and you could go to, because we in Ocala, let's say Ocala to Bellevue, we could go to this store and 3 other stores, and your price for $151 and their 3 prices are not going to be the same. And I'm not saying yours is more expensive, yours might be the cheapest, but you will see prices going from $10 to $12 to even $22
for the same
for
pack.
$151. Something stupid like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So something like that is like, yeah, sure, you can go here and you could go there and pick up a pack, but at the end of the day, you're still getting hit over the head. It is what it is.
we
The
all
kids
are,
want
though.
to do that, but
Yeah.
So
right.
it's like we're getting. I just told you we pay over $120 for prismatic. It's like, oh, the kids need to get prismatic. No, I'm sure every shop has a pack that's not prismatic prices or crazy prices.
oh, of course.
Well, not every
you
shop,
do have
though,
the
'cause
cheaper
there's-
pack, sure.
That, so it's like if they want to rip a pack, you can find a pack to not get your hit over the head on.
So from what I'm hearing, because obviously here, just listen to both sides. It really comes down to, if you really want it, are you willing to pay for it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you need it? That's the other thing. Do you need it?
Yeah.
Do
Well, we don't need
It's
anything.
not a
either.
necessity,
Do
but
the kids need it? You know, do we need it? And that's why it was cool that Gio come Jordan says like, no, I just want to open a pack.
Yeah.
It's the adult collectors that are like, no, I need to get a Benz for the price of a used
Honda.
2005 Camry.
From a Honda Civic for 95.
But I want the new Ferrari price. Like, we all want that. We all want the best thing for a great price. And trust me too. You think I want to pay $130+ plus shipping? You know,
but even when it comes down to it, honestly, is doing your homework. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ask around, or go into Google, hey, you know, collectible store near me, a car store near me, you can call before you get there and figure out prices. Yeah. And then just like you do that for this store, you do that for the next store. And then also, where can I go get packs? So you can go here and you can buy all these packs, but then a lot of people don't know. You can go to certain gas stations that sell packs for even cheaper. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Than all these other stores, and even, you know, Best Buy and GameStop and stuff like that.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. You know what threw me off? And I guess it's just because I'm newer to the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Usually when I think about locations that would carry Pokemon cards, you would think it's the big retail stores. You know, all three of you will think Target, Walmart. Yeah. But it's crazy that it's like, lately, though, too, you know, Pokemon is trying to be so accessible to people.
Everybody.
Bro, you could go to Aldi's.
They got it at a nursing home I went to last week. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you know, Aldi's. You can go to the dollar store, Five Below, and get
crazy the
packs,
tins.
You know, the tins. It's just crazy. You know, it's almost like that. It's almost like that comment though of like, you know, you've heard the philosophy of the water bottle, right? Where it's like depending on where that water bottle's at, the value of it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Airport,
and in a way,
that.
when, you know, as we're talking and I'm just kind of absorbing and processing, that's how I kind of feel though too with this. It's like depending on where this box is and how hot the area is, you know, it just depends on the value. You know, there's some people that just are trying to attract because they don't have volume coming in. So of course they'll throw a sale. Compared to, listen, we're busy all the time. People come here for our prices. We don't budge. You know what I'm saying? It's just it all comes down to that.
Well, let me ask you, because I've never been to California. I know you have in the past. California is one of the biggest places for Pokemon. You know, one of the big, you know, states. Not the only, but it's one of the biggest. What is the price comparison to, let's say, over there to being over here?
I'm surprised it's Florida, too. So, Florida,
New York, California,
Texas.
I think Texas and Chicago.
So, it's like it's regional pricing and market pricing. California, you're going to get extra taxed.
Yeah.
Because it's California.
So, like, let's say Obsidian Flames for $5 here back when it was dropping. What would it be over there, let's say, around $10?
I don't know. I don't think it was that crazy. I think it was like right around market. It just depends. It's the same thing. It's like, where's that bottle?
Where's that bottle of water?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the flip side about the whole scalper thing, too, is that everyone cries. Here's my quick analogy. Everyone cries scalper until it's time to sell their shit.
Yep.
Excuse my English.
Oh, you're good.
But
Gio's like, it's cool when I ain't saying it.
Scalper. And to my understanding, here's perfect math, right? So the longest, what are ATVs at Walmart right now? 50, 60 bucks?
Like
50 to 60.
Yeah, 50 to 60.
40 to 60, depending what you're getting for.
Yeah, I saw Shroud of Fable for like 55.
When we had them at 40, we were still, no one wanted to say scalper. We even have it at retail. Yeah. Like, oh, well, TCG says $40. But why are you buying them at Walmart for 60 bucks then?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, when you...
And then, so now it's reversed, and then so it's like, oh, now we're above Walmart's price, we're a scalper. It's like, okay, so I'll sell you the CTV for 60 bucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, or let's say a pack of card for $5. There's 10 cards in it.
Yeah, facts.
You pull the chase card, because now all the chase cards have gone up.
They've gone up,
I remember we said it on or off the stream, but like, I don't know, like the Journey Together. Matt, how much is Clefairy right now?
2 and change, yeah.
Bam, $200. Back in the day, it'd be $50, so it's $200. So sure, but if you pull the Clefairy out of my pack, that's $5. There's 10 cards. It's worth 50 cents. No, you're not saying scalper. You're not calling yourself a scalper, and you want me to buy it for $200.
For 200, yeah.
Why sell to me for 50 cents? That's what the market price or the, that's what the retail.
It's like a double-edged sword situation.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know.
Couldn't have said it better.
You know, it's funny too because I did watch something about that. It's just like complaining about people, but then they want to sell it. They want to sell it at that price too, and it's like, yeah, yell scalper, but you're throwing a stone when you're living in a glass house.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Which That's that, man. That's how it is with almost anything, bro, that gets hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just one of those situations. So, how do you see? I guess again, being in this world as a business, as a brick and mortar, how do you see the future of where this is going, where it's at now? Let's say 5 to 10 years from now. Like, what do you project as far as like where you see yourself even then, like, or even the Pokemon, just the TCG in general? How do you feel where it's going, like the direction within the next 5 years?
I think it's gonna be bullish for another 2, if we're lucky, 3 years. Bullish being like all in. It's gonna be super hot. Everyone's gonna want it. It goes through these cycles and then it'll cool down. I think it's gonna be more and more. I mean, Geo's been streaming for 5 years already, off and on, so it's just consistent, but just more of that consistent streaming. It's going to be a lot of virtual shopping. It's going to be, the shops are going to be more like a brick and mortar. I don't know if you guys know, but Tom Brady opened his second location.
Yeah.
Tom Brady opened a shop. He bought a shop in
store,
Boston, and they just put one in the Mall of America in Jersey.
I haven't peeped.
See, I didn't know about the
that.
Jersey. I knew about the Boston.
Yeah, I haven't peeped game
Yeah,
on that.
so he just,
Jersey opened up already?
yeah,
Wow.
this month in the Mall of America.
Okay.
Which,
Beautiful mall.
you know, kind of crazy. Lies, he's still showing that. And then they're like, yo, you can't put a show in here. And then find out, long story short, Tom Brady is the reason why. So
Yeah, facts.
it just more,
The GOAT.
Fanatics is basically, long story short, is trying to make it more like a brick and mortar, more of a professional business, I would say, more than just a mom and pop shop and anybody can kind of hop in and do whatever. Like, you know,
Yeah.
they want nice, clean, open environments like we
Sure.
have here. Not like you feel like you knock stuff over and trip over stuff on the floor, and it's like an antique shop. They want it welcoming. They're putting shops. They're put one in London now, and I believe they're talking about putting more and more into stadiums. Like, that's what they want to get closer, building shops and stadiums, because there's so many fans.
Because you can sell
in the
$40 for a
sports
$5
world.
pack.
You asked about Pokemon, you know?
Yeah.
Say
And
again?
my Yankee snapback hat that I got at George Steinbrenner that you would normally go to, like, you would go to, what is it, what's the store?
Mitchell and Ness, Lids?
The
Lids.
Lids. Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
go to Lids, you'll pay like $40 here. I'm over here.
105.
Bro, what? And the thing is listen, okay, so they got a really good strategy. Why? Because, you know, in George Steinbrenner Field, there's really nothing blocking the sun.
Yeah.
Either they don't really have it's open, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
bro, you feel that sun cooking you. You have no choice
Got
but
it.
to buy a hat if you bald.
Thank you.
I'm sorry,
Appreciate
you
it.
have no choice but to buy a hat if you bald and you at George Steinbrenner Field because there's no shade when you're watching a game. So they got me for that $100.
Thanks, Darren.
Their water bottle that was placed there was $100.
$100.
Have a good one.
Ooh.
You see, as we're here at Figueroa, so you know, I know you probably see us turning our heads, chopping it up this way, and still going with the show. Listen, man, these are business hours. We have the actual time, man. I appreciate Figueroa for having us because we are here holding it down with the show during business hours. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Just to show
right.
you how active it is. You know, we're here and we currently have people coming in and just, you know, enjoying what's in here, you know, which is the beautiful thing of it. Which shout out to you again. Just want to make that clear so everybody knows you are located here in Ocala.
Right
off
off
of
200,
near
right next to
for
Jasmine
those
Plaza.
near Jasmine Plaza, exactly. For those who know where Jasmine Plaza is at, for those who be like, oh yeah, listen, I'll make it easier for you. Landmark for those who are local. You know, the DMV on this side is close to the DMV on this side. You know what I'm saying?
Right next to the Cubans.
But again, just to show you, man, where you know, it's just a beautiful space. You know, people
Beautiful
come in here
atmosphere.
beautiful atmosphere. People come in here and look for the stuff they love. You know what I'm saying? And Fig himself is just making it happen. So shout out to you for that,
Shout out
man.
to Fig.
Again, we're here sharing time with you. I appreciate you, you know, being here with us, allowing us
no
to kind of
problem.
pick your brain too, just because the whole thing is, man, there's so many different perspectives. Even me and him, you know, when we have convos about this, we have a different outlook on things, and it's just being able to share that with the community in general, just so
Getting all
everybody
sides,
knows,
for
yeah,
sure.
man, you know, because people need a little bit of light shined on everything, so you kind of understand, man. You know, again, we could all read the same book and take it differently. You know, but if we could all have a convo about it, just so we all understand each other, that's how the ball keeps rolling. You know what I'm saying? And again, today was just a great opportunity to capitalize on that. And
sure,
just again,
for
man,
sure.
I just want to let y'all know, you know, tune into Street Geeks. You know, we got plenty of episodes coming out. We are definitely in the Pokemon TCG community, just tapping in, kind of
Flooding
shedding
the
light
market,
into that.
flooding the market.
But again, when it comes to sports collectibles, comics, anything, man, we tap into all type of memorabilia. And again, this is just a beautiful spot that taps into multiple things of that world. You know what I'm saying? Again, behind us, we got Pokemon. Behind him, as you can see, we have sports. He has
got
memorabilia in
Legos.
here. You know, he does his trade
Got
nights.
the Legos, comics
Got
as
the
well.
Legos, the comics, the vintage
Vintage video
systems. You know what I'm
games.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's just,
If we
it's
don't
just.
We
got
got
it.
Playboy cards if you need it.
If we don't
But
got
you ain't
it,
getting
you
them.
don't want it.
Facts. You know. So you know, I have one more question for you.
All right.
This is. I would say it's kind of like a personal, but it's just, again, it's always your perspective. Being that we kind of touched up and kind of hit a little bit of everything, what type of impact do you feel you are making, not just in the Pokemon community, but just in the collectible
collector's
community,
world,
you know, in
yeah.
the collector's world? What impact do you feel, and what do you bring different? What makes you Figueroa Collectibles compared to anybody who just calls theirs a collectible store?
I don't know. I would say Gio helps, Matt helps. Basically making it, I guess, the family. Like, you know, we put a family business name to it. And being family friendly, having kids come in. And, you know, Matt does a good job. I know wants to be off the stream right now.
Yeah,
but
he's off the screen right now. He did
Robin's
walk
quiet.
by. If anything, you could play the episode on that one clip where you saw him walking by real quick. You'll know exactly who it is.
He is the Persian belly dancer.
You know what I mean?
It's just, thank you.
Tune in.
It's just like making that, like, make it a personal experience for the people when they come in.
Sure.
And you know, just taking care of people when they come in and having the variety of stuff available. And I would say, too, that because we have from the stream to we go to shows every weekend, being here, it's just knowing how to do that in the different atmospheres and
No.
just taking care of the people and having a good experience, I would say, is what makes it different.
Right on.
Gio, what's something you've learned coming to the store where your father runs his business? What is something you learned from your father? It could be anything. It could
be anything.
It could be even be he taught you how to lace up your Crocs when the Crocs don't have laces. Maybe he taught you a different way, you know? It could be anything.
So, when I got back into the pricing, it wasn't this year, but in 2024, when he started the store open. So, I would go into the back, start pricing, because I kind of forgot how to, like, find the price.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me how to do it again, and I just started to do it.
On TCG, and then Matt showed you the new way, right?
Right
You know
on.
that
That's
one, what
awesome.
that app was called?
Can't remember the app right now.
So you gonna make sure that when it's your time, you'll be able to run this just as smooth as Pop Dukes. Right on. Which is a beautiful thing, again, man, incorporating family. I think that's also one thing
Very
that's
important.
beautiful. That's one
Very
thing that's
important.
beautiful about the Pokemon community. I think it's been mentioned in many conversations. Man, me personally, I've realized how nice the community is in general. Just people are nice in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that keeping it family oriented,
Yeah.
again, you know, being able to open packs with your kids, you know, or even if you don't have kids, you know, it could be your girlfriend, it could be wifey, it could be a cousin.
We have a
It's-
lot of couples.
You
We
know?
have a lot
A lot.
of couples.
I've
that-
seen
Listen,
that,
I'm
yeah.
seeing that a lot too. A lot
we
of
have
couples
a-
just.
I don't know. We have a lot of couples. That
Out of all the
collect.
stores I've been to, Fig is home base for the couples, in my opinion.
We have
Right
maybe
on.
have a couples rip and sip.
Hey,
night.
man, right?
One of them came with that idea.
Rip and sip.
night.
Oh, rip and sip. You know what I'm saying? That might be dope, man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like that.
Yeah, it's fire. Well, you heard it, yo. You know, it's a possibility coming
heard it
soon
here
by
first.
Figueroa Collectibles. With that being said, man, how can the people get in touch with you? What's
your beeper number?
Yeah, what's your beeper number? Where can you know, do they have to page you hello by flipping the numbers upside down? You know, like
Normally, yeah. It's like, no, we have they can, either Google Figueroa Collectibles, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I got to figure out how to use more often. But those are the main ways to contact us. Or figscards@gmail.com. If you have a collection for sale, you can reach out to us. Call the shop. You know, text us, whatever.
right on.
Basically, all the socials are Figueroa Collectibles. and
Figueroa,
then
straight to the point. Figueroa
Figueroa
Collectibles.
Collectibles.
We'll try to make it maybe a little bit shorter. You know, as the things
Fig
like Figs
Collectibles.
Cards on our Gmail. It's
Yeah.
Figs Cards for Gmail
Okay.
for collections for sale.
Right on. Right on. Well, listen, everybody, you hear it. You heard it first. You know, we are here at Figueroa Collectibles again.
Tap in, chat.
You know, yeah, tap in, as you can see right there. And listen, again, man, he been telling y'all he been pulling hits out of here. Listen, check their social media out. They put proof of what they pull out of here. Not only that, you can see the amazing footage of their trade nights, man, and just a smile on people's faces of when they come in here and they can interact and network with others. Because again, the Pokemon community, but just in general, man, when you're a collector, unless you're just really one of those assholes, I'm gonna throw it out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, it seems like when you have a passion for something and you run into like-minded people that are into it too, man, it's like a growth of like positive energy and just because again, you know, even me from personal experience, just a couple of people I met through Pokemon just since I jumped in, man. You know, next thing you know, like you have
Real
some
genuine.
dope conversation, man.
Real
They'll
nice.
walk up to you and be like, you know what, bro, I've had a good day. Here's a pack for you today. You know what I'm saying? Go open, son. Just I want you to feel good because I felt good today, man. It's just that dope energy being able to share it with
Definitely
people,
something
you know
I'm
what I'm
not
saying?
used to, for sure. Me being in the Pokemon world, how nice and open arms people are. It's very nice feeling, very warm. I appreciate that.
Facts.
Yeah, I would just say on that note, just know that online, the noisemakers are exactly that, noisemakers.
Yeah, that's all.
So don't get discouraged, guys. You're going to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, who's that, whatever social use, whatnot. There's a lot of noise and people that's why the scalper part, I'm like, most of that people are people that are new and or just making noise. But if you really get behind the scenes, you catch people in person. This is
They're
a
so
fun
nice.
Community. Everybody's so nice.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
They're not
The
barking like they
parents,
do on the
kids have a
book.
good time. You know,
There's
it's
no
nothing
internet
not
tough
like social
guys.
media. Yeah.
There's
They
no
don't
internet
show
tough
up.
guys.
Yeah.
That's fire, man. You know, again, Fig, I appreciate the time. Yo, Gio, man, I
sure.
appreciate your time also, man. It's cool to get insight from you too, man, because again, when it comes to the Pokemon community, there is no age limit. You know, it's nostalgia, it's fun. It's just a moment to share with others, memorable moments when you pull that big chase out of a pack that you won't forget, and then next thing you know, you want to open the rest of your collection because you feel you got another one in there somewhere.
Matt's got some experience with that.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, real quick shout out to Matt also, who's behind the scenes right now, hasn't shown face, but he's also a huge driving force.
Yeah, Matt.
You know what I'm saying? He's been in the community also doing his thing.
If you've been tagged in the Facebook market groups, the Figueroa Collectibles, it was probably by him. I'm
Yeah,
telling
facts.
you, there's like 80 people tagged at one time.
And correct me if
you've
I'm
heard
wrong.
of Figs. Come shop.
And then correct me if I'm wrong. You are also available at the flea market. You do have a table at the flea market, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can also catch them at the flea market. You know what I'm saying? So when you
That's
get that
right.
moment to go to Market of Marion, because I know I go for those little ass donuts they be making in that shit, bro. Them shits be hitting. Them little powdered donuts. Anyway, make your stop, man. Go show support. And again, if you see that they have all this merch and you're really looking for something,
shop. Don't be
man,
cheap.
Come shop, man.
Don't be
Stop
cheap.
complaining, you know, because you're going to complain until you pick the shit up, you get home, and you go to open it.
And then you
forgot
pull
that
his odd, maybe, or
that's
Blastoise
it.
or something.
It's
you know?
over with. Then
Stop
next
being
thing you know-
cheap. No Totinsky. Come over here and shop. Have the time of your life.
Listen, I learned this line from Fig, and it fits so well. No Punk Beach.
Yeah.